before I plant the onion and garlic cloves, I just wanted to show you I use this tool to mark the bed. So the feet part are adjustable, so you know I have an extra one here. I took it off. If you were doing them, like if you were making the spacing 20 or whatever apart, you can just move them in and out, so it's brilliant, and it just leaves a marker for me so that I keep I plant in a straight line, so that tool comes in very useful. And so the way I plant when I'm not planting through my PEX or a fabric is I offset. So you can see here I have just laid the cloves out there. They're 20 centimeters apart, and then the second row, then it's in the middle of the two, so that when you're going in with the hoe, it just makes it easier to on your body, really, because you can go in sideways. So that's the reason I do that. And because this isn't planted through a fabric, I will have to weed them, and it is, you know, so you just need to be mindful of that. So again, as I mentioned in the other videos, when planting the garlic, I would probably put the garlic deeper than the onions. So I just have a little dibber here. So say for example I'd go down a good bit in there like that. It's probably 2 inches, because these are quite long. This variety is Germador, so you sit it well down in there, so it's kind of going down its depth. And again, so I suppose the bottom of it is probably 2 inches into the ground, and then I normally just come back and cover it up. So with the onions, you don't necessarily have to plant the onion sets as deep. Onions kind of rise up anyhow. So what I normally do is, I just made a hole here with the dipper, just put them in so that the top part is actually just below the surface. You can kind of cover it over. Really, it's because you want to deter the birds from pulling them out. Like some people just kind of plant them kind of with they're kind of sitting on the top. Once the bottom of it, the roots will be connected to the soil. But I find in my garden the pigeons and the other birds will just pull them out. So pushing them down a little bit deeper, I think, helps. But you could also net the bed if you wanted to there. Now with the onions then, I'll probably do those a little bit closer, probably 15 centimetres in the row. And then the garlic is 20 centimetres between the cloves in the row, and then about 28, 29 centimetres between the rows. And I do find the little marking stick helps just set it out. So then what you can do then is, if you know your spacing, then you can if you figure all of that out before you order your garlic and onions, you'll know how much you need to order. So for me then, I know that it'll take probably 18 cloves per metre squared. Okay, so when you're looking up a website, it'll usually tell you how many on average per garlic bulb, and then you can figure out how much you need. So yeah, so I'm getting 18 to the metre squared, and then for onions I'm probably going to get about 25 to the metre squared. So it just helps then that you make sure you order enough, but you don't order so much that you have too many left over at the end.